Hello everybody, we're in massive profits in gold trade. If you watched my video yesterday, I told you gold was in buy zone for touching these green lines. I told you to buy yesterday. Today also we got opportunity. I released multiple videos today. I told you guys to buy here. Even in the morning before pre-market, I told you guys gold is in the buy zone. This is gold miner. It's up almost 1.6%. If you bought 3x ETF, you had almost 4% profit today. You can see gold miners. I told you guys in the morning, it's in the buy zone. And if you took this trade, you're up almost 1.6%. If you want trades like these, if you want a couple of videos every day throughout the day, you can see I posted these updates today. You can subscribe to my channel. There's a link in the description and you can join. And also, if you're liking this video, if you don't want to join, it's fine. Just click the like button. There's a thumb button there. Share with your friends and family. All content is free. And if you're making money, you want to thank me, otherwise, there's a PayPal link in the description. I'll appreciate all the donations. All right, guys. So why don't we quickly start with the trades for tomorrow, which are in buy zones. You can see this is Bank of Nova Scotia. This is one of the biggest Canadian banks. This is in the buy zone. You can see it came to third standard deviation. So actually, I kept buying a couple of times here, and I took profit at the end of the day. I bought around here, tag of third standard deviation. I'm still in, some of my positions are still in there. So I'm looking for at minimum a pump to at minimum here around 50 bucks. So even if you take as soon as tomorrow this trade, I'm looking for around 1% profit on this trade. Okay. And so this is in buy zone. Gold now it's above buy zone, so we don't have to do anything. Leave it. Gold miners, leave it. We don't want to buy here. Let's quickly look at Bitcoin. It's in the middle. Nothing to do here. Let's see what else is in the buy zone. End of the day. Let's quickly take a look. We had earnings today from Google. Google is pumping after hours. However, Microsoft is dumping. So let's quickly look at those two trades. Actually, I'm looking at sectors, real estate sector. It's in the middle, nothing to do here. Tesla, very close to the buy zone. Tomorrow, 261 and below, look to buy. These buy zones are quick one-day trades. Like if you get profit 0.5 to 1%, just exit, guys. So this is why I'm giving you guys these trades zones. And longer term, I'm looking for a little bit more dip in tech before it goes higher. Netflix, very close to the buy zone. Anything below 423.98, look to buy. Google massive pump. It's right here. Post earning. It's gonna open with a gap up. I'm not interested. Maybe we'll see if it's a good short opportunity, but I will leave it running. I'm not going to do anything. Let's see Microsoft down only 0.68%, still way up below, way above my buy zones. Unless it comes to here, I'm not going to trade Microsoft, so we can leave it go. Shopify came very close to the buy zone, so tomorrow if it dips below 64.49, look to buy. UPS was in the buy zone, jumped after touching second standard deviation. Also pre-market little bit down, so tomorrow if it drops below 183.63, look to buy. Nike, no trades here. Boeing touched buy zone just this morning and then pumped right away. So McDonald's, again, this is also very good trade, guys. It's right in the buy zone. So keep an eye on McDonald's. Actually, I'm going to keep this to the top. So I know tomorrow morning, this is a great stock to buy and even to hold long term. So here you go. It's on the top. So that's probably the trade I might be taking. Pfizer, keeping an eye. Disney, very close to the buy zone. So let's move this also very up. So we're going to look into these two trades in the morning, see how these are going. Zoom, also very close to the buy zone. So all these are shaping up very nice. We found so many stocks which are very close to buy zone. And we're going to keep moving higher. Okay. And let's quickly see what else is here. Shopify, we already covered. PayPal in the middle. UPS also looking very good, but I'm not too interested in UPS right now. Actually, let's do a quick daily analysis on UPS and other stocks, and then we'll see how these are looking. And let's see what else is here. Visa, very close to the buy zone. Actually, pre-market it's down after earnings, so this is also a good trade to take. BCE, this is also in the buy zone. You can look to take, this is one of the largest Canadian telecommunication sector stocks. So you can also look to trade this. ABBV, no trade zone. Let's keep moving. TD came, this is one of the biggest Canadian banks, also very close to the buy zone. Let's quickly see if there's anything else. Citigroup, no trades here. And WCN, no trades here. ATD, touched it and bounce. Enbridge, nothing here. So I think these are the stocks which are in buy zone for as soon as, oh, actually, let's look at Hang Seng Index. Also, nowhere close to the buy zone. Actually, I'm going to move this index somewhere at the top, so I keep an eye overnight on futures, so we are ready for the morning. Okay, so guys, this is the these are the quick trades. So commodities are flat mostly, so nothing to do here. So let's quickly review daily analysis. We'll start with Bitcoin. And you can see Bitcoin and Ethereum are basically in the middle, no trade zone. Let's go to daily chart and let's see if we can, let's bring in moving averages. And let's do an analysis on a daily basis. Bitcoin, nothing changed. You can see it touched, this red line is 50 SMA and still holding strong. So this is actually touched my buy zone. So any dips here look to buy, and I'm looking for a pump later on to around 35, 36K later on. So look to buy all the dips. Also, there is this trend line. So everything is same. If any dips to this trend line around 28K, look to buy. Ethereum holding very well right on this trend line. Ethereum is holding stronger than Bitcoin. It's doing everything it should. I think Ethereum is ready to pump. Again, guys, this is where you want to buy. You want to buy on trend line. You don't want to buy on the top. Okay, so things are looking good on crypto world. Okay, and let's quickly look at SPY. SPY made looks like a new high. It made a new high, and pre-market it's higher. But the problem is there's still some divergences on SPY. Let me delete this lines here. You can see still a little bit of divergence, but could it be double top? I don't know. We'll see tomorrow. And it's still a bit away from these moving averages. I would really like a little bit of dip. So, and there are gaps here. If I go to 1 hour chart, I can show you. Let me hide these moving averages. There are these gaps, so many gaps here, guys. And also this trend line. Really, it's going to be very healthy for SPY if it comes down, fill some of these gaps before it goes higher. But that's what I think should happen, but who knows, right? I can only say what I think, but that will be a healthy correction. I don't like this parabolic move. Any dips will be healthy for the market. Let's go to 1 hour chart. See, we made a new high on a huge divergence. You can see new high was made. You can see on 1 hour chart, new high, but you can see PPO, huge divergence. RSI also, huge divergence. Okay, so we got to be careful here. Triple Q's, not a new high, but it's pumping, I think, 0.31% after hours. There's a gap here. It can, surely it can go fill that gap and then go down. That's also possible if it wants to fill this gap. So from the close today, if it wants to fill this gap, it's around 1.64%, and then it can go down, or it can go down now. I really prefer it goes down now and then fill some of these gaps before going higher, make a double top and go down. But it can surely pump now, make a double top and then go down. So anything is possible. Okay. Long term, I'm looking for this big gap here around 332 to fill. Dow Jones, keep pumping higher and higher and higher. There's no divergence on. I think there is a bigger divergence here. You can see it made a new high, but PPO is low. And RSI, let's quickly see if there's any divergence on RSI. I don't see any divergence on RSI. So one of the momentum indicators are showing me divergence, but others is not. But I really don't want to be long here. I want to buy other stocks, which I'll show you, like these, which I told you, Disney, Zoom, UPS. I'll quickly cover those very soon. IWM kind of flat today, gaps, looking for lower prices. Also, there's this trend line, so looking for that trend line to tag. And some of these stocks, let's quickly look at BNS, massive. Basically, let's bring in moving averages. Not a good candle, looking very weak, but it found support right on this 20 EMA. So if it has to bounce, it should bounce now. It can also go down a little bit down. There's a gap here around 49.06. It can fill those and bounce, and also this trend line here. So you can do what's best for you. McDonald is a little bit lower, so also, but it's right on this support. So this is where you want to buy on support. You don't want to buy on resistance. Okay. Disney, you can see massive. Let me show you 1 hour chart. You can see it gap down. So eventually that gap will be filled. Will it fill tomorrow? I don't know. So if it fills tomorrow from today's close, it's going to be around 1% pump. So, but overall, Disney, if I show you weekly chart, it's at the price. 2014 year price. Okay, very good price, and earnings are in coming on 9th of August. So this could be a very good price to buy. Zoom is same thing. If I show you weekly chart, you can see it's very close to the original IPO price, and earnings per share is really, if you see, it's around 1.05 and 69. If you do like earnings per share calculation, so 69.33 price divided by future earnings estimate 1.059. The price of it's like $65. Very good price right now for Zoom to get in. And if I bring moving averages here, you can see what's going on. Zoom is right near the support, which is this 50 EMA and yellow SMA line. So Zoom is looking very good. Looks like formed a nice base here with divergence on. You can see new lows with divergences on PPO and RSI. So I think it's ready to break out, finding resistance right where it should on this 200 EMA. But it could be a very explosive breakout whenever that happens. UPS is down 1.94%. Some kind of news looks like, some agreement, but again, it did not quite fill this gap. If I go to 1 hour chart, you can see this gap is still there, still not filled. Let me hide these. So UPS is good for a quick trade. If you want to take a quick trade, like I showed you in the morning, early on today, look for a quick trade, maybe 1% trade. It's going to be good for you guys to take and move on very quickly in the morning. Natural gas commodities, you can see very nice 0.78% up, and very nice healthy fund bouncing from the trend line, so looking good. Gold, basically finding support on this 50 SMA line, and is this the last dip? I don't know. Tomorrow is Fed meeting that will decide the gold. If they increase rates by 0.25, gold might dump. Sorry, and there's a gap here. But if they stay stable, if they don't increase rate, then gold might pump. Okay, so it's indecision, but look to take profits on gold and gold miners. Gold miners are looking good. Find support here. I really want a little bit more sell off. There's a big gap here that will be very healthy before a pump higher. So we'll see how that goes. Silver will do same as what gold will do. Oil pumping higher. Basically, you can see it's above this 200 SMA and EMA 2 days in a row. So oil is looking very bullish. I think it's ready to pump, and that's going to be next inflation report. Whenever that happens, looks like July inflation, oil will be very high in that report. So that might drive inflation numbers higher. So be very careful there. And bonds, it's by the dip I said before. So TLT is something you can look to buy. Dollar, finding resistance where it should. So find resistance right here and then sell off. And copper, all commodities are bouncing. Copper found the support here. Now massive bounce here right from my buy zone. Palladium, basically you can see on this bullish falling wedge, broke out and now back testing a couple of days. It's ready to bounce. So good time to buy palladium. Wheat, 2 days in a row above close 200 EMA and 200 SMA, looking very bullish. I think it's getting ready for new all-time highs. Very good time to buy. Corn, finding resistance right where it should, but the good thing happened. You can see it closed right on this 50 SMA. If it can stay above tomorrow, that's going to be very bullish for corn. Soybeans look going higher, so it's by the dip. Sugar, finding resistance here. I really want sugar to close above this trend line. Until that, no need to get bullish on sugar. And let's look at sectors here. XLE 4.53 up, multiple gaps to the downside. This is not where you want to be bull. You want to buy on a dip, so it's buy the dip. Healthcare sector, there's a gap here. Looks like it wants to fill that gap before going down. Today it closed flat, but look for another pump to fill this gap before going down to fill other gaps. Utility sectors holding nicely here. And just keep an eye on trend line. It's just buy the dip. There's a gap here. If it comes out to fill that gap, that's going to be a good time to buy. Industrial sector looking weak. It was down very heavily in the morning, almost 1%, and then it recovered. But looking for lower prices. It just printed a red dot today, so be mindful of that as well. Sorry, real estate sector finding some resistance, but there is a gap. Still, it can move higher before filling those before going down. Financial sector looking bullish, but looks like it's very oversold right now. You can see these green RSI lines here, looking for lower prices on those. KRE pumping after hours because Wells Fargo announced shares buyback, so it's pumping. So looks like this is inverse head and shoulder, and it's now ready to close all this. This vertical move down can be filled very, very fast. And let's look at Tesla. Again, guys, there is this trend line and there are multiple gaps. So looking for those gaps to fill. Netflix gap up, but again, there are multiple gaps. Ideal zone will be this trend line for this to touch, and then a bounce later on. Google massive pump higher. Keep an eye on this divergence. If this pump happens and we still have divergence, be careful. In the morning will be the true story. It was up almost 7.7%, now a little bit lower right now, but you have to watch for divergence. If it goes higher and still it has divergence, eventually it's going to sell off. But if it keeps going higher, the divergence will burn through. So keep an eye on that. Microsoft down only 0.17%. So I don't know what's going on, but this looks very overextended and I'm not interested in buying Microsoft here. Apple again on bearish rising wedge, looking for a break off, and then looking for lower prices. Meta up 0.98%, but if I hide these lines, you can see it was on this trend line, and then this trend line broke, and now it can come back, test it, and then go lower. That's quite possible. Let's see. Tomorrow is Meta's earnings, so let's see what happens tomorrow. But this looks like a bearish structure because there are divergences on PPO and RSI. Amazon are coming close to the trend line, so that's good news. And Amazon's earning is on 3rd of August, so we'll see how it goes. But on the touch of this trend line, look to buy. Snowflakes, there's a gap here, not interested here. NVDA multiple gaps to the downside, not interested. AMD same thing, multiple gaps to the downside, so looking for lower prices on these. And I think that's about it. Let's quickly look at Baba, down 0.14%, and if I bring in moving averages, you can see it close this gap, so we can get rid of this. But you can see Baba, there's another gap up and there's another massive gap here. I really want this gap to fill. If I hide these lines, you will see nicely. Really want this gap to fill. Baidu also has multiple gaps, but immediately I'm looking for these couple of gaps to fill. But for Chinese stocks, let's keep an eye on Hang Seng Index, and we can bring our standard deviation, and then we will keep an eye. If it's in the buy zone, we'll buy it. If it's in the sell zone, we'll sell it. For now, it's looking good. So right now it's near sell zone, so I'm not interested to take trades. And if I bring those the standard deviations here on Baba, still very high. Okay, so I'm looking for Baba to go below 92 bucks and Baidu to go below 143 bucks to buy again. And I think that's it, guys, for today. VIX 0.3% in the middle, and if I go to daily chart, VIX should be getting ready to bounce. We'll see very low prices. It's important that VIX bounce so that we can see lower prices on indices. But if indices go higher, then VIX will eventually dump. But so far it's going as per projection, looking for bounce, another lower high, and then bounce later on. Okay. All right, guys, that's it for today. If you like the content, please hit the like button. There's a thumbs up button. And if you want to join, there's a join link in the video description. I'll be really happy to have you as a member. Have a good one, guys. Bye.